Welcome back, Code Monkeys. This is exercise number 9, and here we are in the haunted house portion of the game. It says after we completed the trick-or-treat, they went ahead and added some pumpkins and witches and scattered them throughout the game. So what we need to do now is add a haunted house. So let's start by adding the house. And you can see we have all these new ladders and pumpkins and witches all set up here. We're going to go add a new object, a new sprite, and there is the haunted house covered in the cobwebs and everything, right? And it says edit the sprite's properties. We need to name it house, not house 2, because you can always have more than one house, but this is going to be just regular house. And we need to pause the game when the character knocks on this door. So up at the top of the game world, it would be good to have our haunted house. So I'm not going to go super far above where maybe the last characters are. And so we've got to click and drag, and we can move this character up to the top. But a possibly even easier way is in the settings. You can change the Y position right here. So if I type in 800 or 0 with 21, that's going to move my house all the way up to the top. It's kind of a quick way to move your sprites around. If you don't want to click and drag and do it that way, it's pretty helpful. All right, so now that we have our haunted house in the position that we want, I got a pumpkin with a ladder that I can get to. Let's get started. So we need an on-collide block. When the haunted house collides with my player character, my costume, we want to pause the game. So here in the game blocks, notice its color is similar to display, but it's a little bit different. You'll see there's lots of things over on the sides we can choose from. We want to pause the game when we collide with it. All right, now we get to finally kind of work our way all the way to the top, and going by each ladder and avoiding the witches as we move up, we can begin to try to get to this haunted house. Oh, I think I collided with the witch. Let's keep going. All right, here we are. We made it to the haunted house. When we got there, it paused. Now, let's add some bonus text here to unlock this bonus challenge. It says, let's add a text to say Happy Halloween when my costume reaches the house. So to do the bonus challenge, you click the X to bring back your blocks. And it says, add a text widget from the Widgets tab. We'll click Stop. We'll go over to our Widgets tab where we had sprites and sounds and game. And let's choose a widget. And we want the text. And it says keep the default name of this widget to be text. What we need to adjust, though, is instead of it saying Hello World, we want it to say Happy Halloween. And there's a couple things we want to adjust. In the settings, we need to turn off the show. We don't want the text always here on the game screen. Like when we click Run and it just says Happy Halloween at the top, we don't really want it to say that until we've reached the end, into the haunted house. So in the settings, you're going to uncheck Show. There's a lot to keep doing here, right? Look at all these cool steps. So the next thing we want to do is to drag the function block, and it's the first one, the do something, and we're going to give it a name of show text. When we call on the show text function, we want this to actually appear. And we can get our show block and put it inside of our show text function. Now, back on the sprites, when we're checking for the collision with the player, so on the house, when we collide with my costume and the game gets paused, we want to also access the text game object, or the text function rather. And if you go all the way past all of the ladders, there at the end is our text.showText, and connect it with our collision. And when we get all the way back up to the top, we should have a paused game and a message. I went that same way again. Ha! That's tough. It kind of glitches and moves you all the way through the level. Okay, here we go. We made it to the top. Now, when we reached, it pauses the game and says, Happy Halloween. We did it. Bonus complete. Trick or treat. Exercise number 9 is done. And now is exercise 10. And this is where you get to make it your own. This is where you can use your pen tool and you can draw on your tile map and any of the things that you want your game to have to make it special. This is the time to do it. And I hope you enjoyed this exercise series. This is it for the tutorial. In the next video, I'm just going to show you what I created. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Code Monkey monthly project. Take care.